Have you ever wondered why many people break down over a small incident, while others can handle even the biggest dangers in life with a smile? The answer lies in the 5 strict rules of the Stoics. These rules are not separate. They are deeply intertwined with each other. If you remove one, the other 4 become meaningless. Think about it. If you only learn to control, but cannot consider suffering as practice, how will the mind become strong? Or if you stop complaining, but do not learn to suppress emotions, then the work will fall apart. And if you do not remember death, you will not understand the value of each day. So I say, every second of this video is essential for your life. Watch until the end, because one is connected to the other. Understanding the whole will give you a truly invincible mind. Number 1, focus only on what is within your control. The basic premise of Stoic philosophy is, we cannot control the outside world, but we can control our reactions. Epictetus said, "It is not things that cause us suffering, but how we view them." Suppose there is a heavy downpour on the street. You cannot stop the rain, but whether you take an umbrella or enjoy getting wet is within your control. In real life, many people break down under the pressure of work, the behavior of others, or criticism from society. But a Stoic knows that it is impossible to control all of this. You can only control your patience, hard work, and attitude. Just think, if you saw every problem as an opportunity to react, how much your mental strength would increase. Do you take some time every day to think about which things are really under your control and which are not? From this point, we learned how important it is to calm yourself down and self-reflect at the beginning. Number 2, take suffering and danger as practice. A powerful lesson of Stoic philosophy is that suffering is never the enemy, but rather an exercise in character building. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What hinders you is the path to your progress." In other words, problems are the real teachers. Suppose an athlete trains hard every day. The fatigue of lifting heavy weights or running is not a hardship for him, but a means of building strength. Life's problems are also like that: job stress, financial crisis, or personal failure. All these are mental gyms. If you think of them as training grounds rather than threats, then every danger will make you stronger, more tolerant, and more confident. A real-life example: Nelson Mandela rose to world leadership after spending 27 years in prison. He saw prison as a school for building self-confidence, not destruction. That is the power of the Stoic attitude. Do you want to avoid life's hardships, or do you try to learn something from them? From this point, we learned that every danger is actually an opportunity to test our mental strength. Number 3, action, not complaining. Stoic philosophy teaches us, complaining is a waste of time, action is the real solution. Seneca said, "Character is built not by complaining, but by doing." It is easy to complain about every obstacle in life, but it is the work of the brave. Think about it. If you spend time listing problems every day, you will waste energy. However, if you use that same energy, you can find solutions to the problems. For example, if you sit in a mud house and curse the rain, the house will not dry. But if you start repairing the roof, the problem will be solved. Real example: Thomas Edison created the light bulb despite failing thousands of times. He did not complain, but rather turned each failure into a stepping stone for new efforts. This attitude made him one of the greatest inventors in history. Do you complain more about the problems in life, or do you move forward towards solutions? From this point, we learned that not silent complaints in the face of problems, but firm action is the beginning of real change. Number 4, control your desires and emotions. The Stoics believed that the true winner is the one who can conquer his emotions and desires. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you suffer from something external, remember that the suffering is the result of your inner reaction. That is, anger, greed, fear, or excessive desire. All these make us weak. Suppose someone insults you. If you immediately react with anger, then he is controlling you. But if you handle the situation calmly, then you are controlling your own mind." In reality, many great leaders have succeeded with this lesson. Take Mahatma Gandhi as an example. He did not get carried away by emotions in the face of oppression, but rather inspired the world through nonviolent action. This lesson is necessary in today's world too. A single post on social media can excite people. But you must remember, if you can control your emotions, the outside world cannot control you. Have you ever made a decision out of anger or fear that you later regretted? From this point, we learned that true power is in controlling your emotions and desires. Number 5, remember death and limitations. Memento Mori. The Stoics would remind themselves every day, we are mortal and time is limited. Epictetus said, knowing that you will die makes every moment of life more precious. This teaching is not to scare, but to instill gratitude for life. Think about it. If you knew that today was your last day, would you be angry for no reason? Would you waste time? No, but try to make every moment meaningful. That is why Roman generals, even after winning a battle, would keep a servant behind them who would whisper, "Memento Mori." Remember, you will die one day. Real example, Steve Jobs would stand in front of the mirror every day and ask himself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do today's work? This question helped him make big decisions in life. Have you ever thought about the limitations of your life in the midst of daily busyness? From this point, we learned that remembering death teaches us not to live meaninglessly, but to live meaningfully. Thus we finished the 5 Stoic rules, which can create an invincible force in our minds. Today we saw the 5 strict rules of the Stoics, which build an invincible force in the mind. The lesson of control, the transformation of suffering into practice, action instead of complaint, suppression of emotions, and the remembrance of death. All together teach us how to remain strong, even in the storms of life. This teaching is not just philosophy, but a practical daily practice. Remember, it is not in our hands to change the external world, but it is completely in our power to strengthen the inner mind. Stoicism teaches not to control life, but to accept it. Only then will you be truly invincible. If this teaching inspires you, give it a like, because action is the true proof of philosophy. Share your favorite Stoic practices or thoughts in the comments so we can all learn from each other. Share this video with your friends, because knowledge is powerful when it is shared. And if you want to learn more Stoic philosophy, subscribe to the channel, because every day is a new practice on the path to wisdom.